Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Kafka tutorial series. And in this video, we will be discussing some important Kafka commands. We'll be doing hands-on, and these commands are important as you will be using these commands frequently while working with Kafka in your local or for any debugging purpose. So if you're new to the channel, do subscribe and let's get started. Overview, few of the commands we have already used in the previous videos of this particular series, but in this video we will be covering the commands regarding starting the Kafka server, how to run consumer and producers, create update topics with partitions, how to update the partitions in topics, check consumer groups, how we can check the consumer group, and how we can check the source lag and the offsets and the current leader, these details of a consumer group for a particular topic. Now, most important is how can we reset the offsets in a consumer group. This is very important whenever we are doing a backfilling in Kafka. So we need to kind of reset the offsets. So in this way, there are a couple of different use cases or a couple of different options. We will be seeing those options, how to reset the offset in a consumer group for any particular topic or for all the topics according to the use cases. And at last, we'll be discussing how to delete the topics or a consumer group. So let's start with the Kafka server first. So if you remember previously, we have set up our Kafka server uh, using Craft. So first we need to start the server. Let's see how we can get started. First, we need to move to the directory if you have already not set up the environment variables in Kafka. Okay, so in order to start the server, the command is Kafka server start.cat, and then we need to mention the server.properties file which resides in the craft folder. So this will start our Kafka server. Now my server is up. So first of all, I need to start check if I have any topics currently, or if not, then I have to create a new topic. So to check the topics, we'll be using Kafka topics.bat, passing the bootstrap server, and check using list. Okay, so there are currently two topics we have, that is test and second is consumer offsets. So this consumer offsets is the internal topic and test topic is we have created earlier. So as of now, let's create a new topic first. So we will be using the same command, same Kafka topics.bat, but instead of list, we'll be using create topic, let's say commands. Okay, and while we creating a topic, we can mention few things. For example, we can mention the partitions. So for this purpose, let's say let's partition B2, and we can mention the replication factor. So replication factor simply means your particular message will be replicated to X number of nodes. But since we are running in local, then only a replication factor of 1 is possible because Kafka is currently running on only one node. Yeah, our topic is created. Now I have to list the topic again. Let's see if my topic is present or not in that. Yes. So my topic is present, the commands. Now, what if I have to change the number of partitions of my topic? So how can I do that? I can use alter partitions. Now, let's say earlier it was 2. Now, let me give it 3. Topic is commands. Okay. Now how can I check that my partitions are changed or not? I have to describe a topic command. Okay, I think I have to provide describe in order to describe a particular topic. So as you can see, while describing, we got, let's say, these are the topics. Command, we have 3 partitions, 0, 1, 2, and the leader is 1, and there are 1 replica, and same is in sync replicas are also 1. So these are the topics related command. Now let's start the consumer on the topics that we have created recently. To start the producer, we will be using Kafka console producer. We need to provide the bootstrap server. we need to give the topic, that is commands a producer started. Let me send hi. Okay, now producer is up. Now next we need to start the consumer. I have opened another terminal, and in this terminal let me start the consumer. So consumer, we will be using Kafka console consumer. Again, the properties we will pass will be bootstrap topic, on which topic I want to start my consumer. And also some other things that we can mention is we can mention the group, or what would be the consumer group. Let's say I will name it RJ. And apart from that, we can mention, do we need to start or read from beginning, or read the latest, read from the latest offset. So by default it is latest. Now if you want to read from beginning, we need to mention from beginning. Okay, so we can see that my message that I have sent in my producer hi is populating here in my consumer, and my consumer group I mentioned is RJ. So if the consumer group is not present, anyhow, if we do not mention it, it will create a consumer group. But if we do mention a group and it is not present, then it will create that particular consumer group. Otherwise, it will give a default random name to a particular consumer group. Let's publish few more messages. Okay, if I maximize this window, I can see that my messages that I have sent from my producer are present in my consumer. So now what I need to do is, this is my producer, this is my consumer. Now I have my consumer. Let's move to another thing, that is the consumer group. How can I check the consumer group? Okay, I'm stopping my consumer. Okay, so in order to check the consumer group, we need to use Kafka consumer groups.bat. We need to provide the bootstrap server. This bootstrap server we need to provide, and we need to mention, we can click all the consumer group without any topic. Let's see. So I can see that here is only one consumer group, that is RJ. Now we can describe a particular consumer group. Instead of list, let's use describe RJ. So what is the error? Take one of these options, either group or okay. So when we use describe command, we need to use group flag, and I need to mention the name of the group, or if I use all group, then it will show me all the groups. So here I can see that in my consumer group there are three partitions, 0, 1, 2, and this is the current offset, and this is the log end offset, and this is the lag. So I can see the lag is 0. What current offset and log end offset means, basically how many messages we have read, and how many messages are present at the source. So this is basically what it denotes. And if there's a difference between log and offset and current offset, it will be count in this lag. So usually when a message is committed, or its acknowledgement is set, or offset is written from at the consumer end, my log and offset will be updated. So this is how we can check the lag in my consumer group, how much source lag is there in Kafka. That is one way to check the source lag. So now what if I wanted to reset my offset? So what the case is like, if due to any activity my system is down, and somehow my topics are deleted or something like that, and now I have to reset the offset in order to consume the messages from the some previous date or some previous offset number that I have remembered. So how to do that? So for that also we will be using Kafka consumer group. One thing is, we can only use this Kafka consumer group command once my consumer is not active. Let's say if RJ, there is a consumer who is listening, who is present in this consumer group, and then I will not be able to perform any commands or any operation in this consumer group. So first those needs to stop. Now let's see how can I reset the offset. Okay, my group will remain same, and instead of describe, I will check. I will use reset offset. Now there are a couple of options we can use with reset offset. Either we want to earliest to latest, which offset we want to set. If you put to earliest, then it will be, let's say, 0, and if you want to put to latest, it will be 4, whatever it is present. Okay, and let's say you want to give a manual offset number to offset. Let's say I want to put it to 1. It means it will read whenever I start my consumer, which is in this consumer group, it will read from the second message. Okay, so I will show you the demo also. So to offset 1. Now, when we mention reset offset, then to offset, then there is an option to dry run this before executing, because it is this operation is kind of expensive. We can't just do that. So first we need to make sure that whatever changes we are doing or whatever offset we are providing, it is kind of updating that only. So if you use dry run, then it will give you, okay, reset offsets. Once we do dry run, okay, what is the issue? Okay. I need to mention the topic name also. So I need to mention topic, for which topic I want to reset. Let's say I want to reset for commands. Okay. After doing the dry run, yes, these are my updated details. So currently we can see that in my partitions, 1 and 2 partition were already 0. There were no data read in those partitions, so only partition 0 there was data present. So when I reset the offset, the new offset will be 1. Okay, so let me show you how what is the impact and what is the use case. So you see that we have sent 4 messages here, right? Now if I start my consumer, I will give, let's say, latest offset which is present till where we have read. Then no, sorry, we need to provide from beginning. Send a message. Okay, I got this message, and now let me check the offsets of my consumer group. So the current offset is 5 and log end offset is 5. Okay, okay, I understand. So there is one mistake we have done. Not a mistake, exactly. So what happened is we have run this dry run command, right? And in this dry run command, it will not reset the offset exactly. So in order to reset the offset, we need to execute this. So that was a silly mistake. So once we execute this, so it will reset my offset to 1. Okay, here you can see that the updated offset is 1. Now, if I try to read from that particular topic, okay, let's read from that particular topic. So you can see it has read from Rohit, this is test. So the Rohit, this is test, this message is the first offset. Okay. So here how it works. So there are a couple of other options we can use here when we are resetting the offset. Let's say we can, instead of 2 offset, we can provide to earliest. Okay, it will reset the offset to the earliest offset. Okay, or we can mention a date also. Let's say we can mention a particular time at which my offset basically we just need to mention the date time, and once we mention the date time, it should be in a given format like 2024. So this date time we need to pass, and once we pass this, it does not contain a t according to, okay, we need to, so there is one small issue. We need to mention t here, that is missing, not contain a t, the format, and we need to mention .000. Okay, let's execute. So it says that falling back to latest known offset, whatever offset was known. Okay, then it will fall back. So if your let's say this topic I have created or the group I have created later from the time you are mentioning, or the offset is the topic is created after the or any message is published after the time we have mentioned, then it will basically not change the offset. Okay, so that's how it works. And apart from that, we also can change the offset of a particular partition of a particular topic. Let me show you how to do that. So when we change the offset, okay, using to offset command. Now there is option that say topic commands. Now if I want to change the offset of partition 0, I just need to mention this command 0. And if there are multiple, then I can mention 1, 2, 3 like that. So if I use 0 and I will offset, change the offset to 1, let's say I'm using for 0 and 1, how it works. So it says that the new offset for 0 is 1 and for 1 it is 0. So 1 it's not changed because it is already 0, then we cannot increase the offset, however we can only decrease it. So but for 0 it already changed. So that's how we can reset offset. So there are other options available as well. While we are resetting the offset, you can explore that. Now let's see what is pending. So we have seen how to start the Kafka server, how to start the consumer and producer, how to create and update the topics, how to check consumer group, how to check source flag and offset, how to reset the offset in a consumer group. Now at last we will see how to delete the consumer group or topics. Okay, so in the consumer group, we can delete the consumer group like I have a consumer group, let's say this. Okay, I don't need to mention the topic command. It will anyhow. Deletion of consumer group was successful. Okay, let's see if it is actually deleted or not. Let's try to list it. Group can't be used with list. Acha, sorry, my bad. Just try to see the consumer groups. So there are no consumer group present. The consumer group that we have created is deleted. And since my consumer group is deleted, then I need to create a new consumer group, or whenever I start a consumer without any consumer group, it will be created automatically. So that's how it works. Now, the last thing we'll do is we'll see how to delete a topic. So in order to delete a topic, we have to use Kafka topics.that, and we need to mention the bootstrap server. Okay, and we need to use delete flag along with topic flag, and I want to delete my commands topic that I have created. And yes, it's executed. Now let's see how many topics do I have. Okay. So when I try to start, when I try to list my topics, I'm getting issues that my broker is not up. So this is basically an ongoing issue with Kafka when we are running on Windows. So whenever we delete a topic, so it kind of try to clean up the logs or clean up the logs from the temp file for that particular topics or data files of that particular topic. So in Windows, if you're not running on WSL2, then it is giving us the error. So our broker is kind of crashed. That is the issue. That is why it's been suggested to not delete the topic in directly in Windows if you're working in Windows locally. So apart from that, your topic is deleted, but this is how you can delete the topic. This is particular command. So we have covered all of these topics and all of these commands. Please let me know in the comments if you know any other command that is being used frequently. And that's all I think we have to discuss. So that's all about this video, guys. If you find this helpful, then do subscribe and do like the video and share it with your friends. And yes, I know in this video you're expecting a Kafka project, but it is kind of taking some time due to other activities that are ongoing. So I will drop a video soon on that as well, the Kafka project. So meanwhile, I thought just to share these important commands with you to get going. And yeah, the Kafka project video I will be uploading soon. So yeah, that's all I think we have. So see you in the next video, guys. Thank you so much.